guys, it's Nikki and welcome back to Stories That Will Make You Scream. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the ghost frequency. This is one of the scariest sounds I've ever heard in my life, and it has been said to even make people see ghosts, which is horrifying because I've seen ghosts and maybe you don't want to see them. I don't know. But before we get into the sound, let's talk a little bit about how we got here. I'm gonna come in with a little bit of science before I get to the scary. Everything vibrates at a certain frequency, including our bodies, our organs, items, drinks, crystals, my crystal girlies. Everything vibrates at a different frequency. This is scientific fact. Now, sound waves that vibrate at the same frequency as our bodies can have really weird effects. I'm supposed to be doing my makeup. I got distracted. Hold on. These are so good. Look, my hair and skin is glowing thanks to these. This is not, I dropped one. This is not an ad. These are good. When sound vibrates at the same frequency as our bodies, it can create some really weird phenomena. Now, the term ghost frequency originates from a guy named Andy. He was working in a lab in the 1980s and they were doing some experimentation when he saw a shadowy figure. Now, another scientist by the name of Vic Tandy, after experiencing very similar sensations, discovered that there was a foil blade in his lab, like a fan blade, was vibrating due to a malfunction in the fan, which was causing a sound to come out of that fan at exactly 19 hertz. What does this mean, right? Who cares? It's a broken fan's making a sound, like what? Well, typically humans can't hear any sounds below 20 hertz, which means there are still sounds, but we can't hear them. And that actually changes with age, which is really interesting. For example, I'm sure you guys have heard of the dog whistle sound that children can hear, but adults can't. Let me play that for you. And let me know in the comments if you can hear that, because some adults can hear that, but most can't. Anything below 20 hertz of sound is considered to be infrasound. That's important, infrasound. Even though humans can't hear infrasound, it does have disturbing effects on the human body, which includes discomfort, dizziness, blurred vision, and fear and anxiety. And we can't even hear it. We can't even hear it, and it causes all of those things. Now, when it came to the ghost frequency, not only did it create those feelings, but also gave them physical images that they were seeing. They were literally seeing ghosts. And I'm gonna play the sound, but not yet. Don't worry. I will warn you before I play it in case you want to scroll. This is not an ad, but I just love this Huda Beauty powder. This is the cherry blossom cake and it's so good. Infrasound isn't all bad. It can be made by normal things, like earthquakes can create infrasound, animals like whales make infrasound. So infrasound isn't necessarily something to worry about, but it can be used negatively against human beings. And we actually saw some of this in the Vietnam War. Not only did the government start developing psyops, which is where they were doing psychological operations against their enemies, but also we have the invention of LRADs. And LRADs suck for humanity. This is just not a good thing, in my opinion. It's basically a sound weapon. It creates sounds that are so loud and so disturbing. You can technically play anything on it. Like, you could play Taylor Swift if you wanted to, but it would be so loud that it would create permanent hearing damage and you would be in panic and just want to get away. And not because of Taylor Swift. I freaking love Taylor Swift. But the point is, when it comes to war and things like that, human beings are known to do terrible things. And the Vietnam War had so many different terrible experimentation against humans that it should be a crime. Anyways, I don't want to get into war. I want to talk about the ghost frequency. Apparently all I'm using is Huda Beauty. That's not intentional, I just like the stuff. During Vic Tandy's experimentation, when he turned off the sound, the visions and disorientation both stopped. So it's only when the sound is playing. These sounds, I'm not saying that it's the ghost frequency or LRADs or anything, but these sounds have been showing up across America, and specifically this one is located in Texas.
Yeah. So loud. What the heck? I think they're letting off something.
Some type of weather. and then like a warble, it warbles for a while, and then it just goes quiet, and then it just screams, blood curdling, and it fills the entire sky, and it echoes again. You can hear it in your ears, like feel it in your eardrums.
People caught this on video a few years back. I don't know about you, but that is horrifying. That sound is just horrifying, and combined with like the thunder and the lightning, it feels like end of the world kind of sounds. It's so loud that it could be an LRAD. There are other theories that it's other things. One of those theories being, I'm gonna read this so I don't up. The noise is caused by a natural atmospheric process, primarily lightning discharges in thunderstorms. As the cloud to ground flashes, it releases a strong current that makes a roaring noise echoing in the sky. Fine. You know, it could be that, but I just don't, I've never heard that before, and I've lived through a lot of thunderstorms. Another theory is that it is part of military testing. And with that, I want to talk about Operation Wandering Soul. In Vietnam, one of the things they tested was playing horrifying sounds on LRADs to distort their enemies, spread fear, and distract them, basically. And they specifically decided to use sounds that sounded like screaming souls. And specifically, they were using Vietnamese voices and projecting them, screaming like wandering lost souls from helicopters. Not only was the sound irritating, but culturally what it meant for them was horrible. Horrible. We're getting distracted. We need to get into the ghost frequency. Now here is the sound that makes people see ghosts, possibly. So if you don't want to hear it, just skip ahead in the video, but I'm not gonna play it for long. I'm gonna play it like 10 seconds. And I don't know why anyone would want to hear this sound, but I was curious enough to listen. So it can make you feel different ways. Some people will have anxiety, some people it can make you feel nauseous, and maybe some people it might make you see ghosts. I'm gonna play the sound now, and let me know how it makes you feel.
In a moment, you will hear a frequency which is known to cause paranormal experiences. Can you hear it? Well, you can't.
I don't know what it is about the sound, but I hate it. It like irks me. It like irks me. I don't know what it is about this sound, but I can't stand it. Now, when I hear it, I don't see any spirits around, but it makes me feel nauseous, anxious, I get a headache, dizziness, and it's weird because you can't actually hear anything. You're not actually hearing anything, but it's vibrating the same vibration as your body, and it just does something weird to us, and I don't know why. It's so funny how more recently paranormal and science are like crisscrossing. There's the CERN ghost now. I'll do a video on that probably tomorrow, but I don't know. Is paranormal becoming more of a science? I think it is, but I mean, what do I know? I'm just a girl. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. I love you guys so much.